Well, welcome back to Fratton Park for the South Coast Showdown, and frankly, at this moment in time, I really seriously doubt there's ever going to be a showdown. You remember a couple of episodes ago when I titled the episode "We Are Not a Good Side," and then we won 4-1 away to West Brom? Turns out one of those two things was a lie, and it wasn't the episode title. I don't know how we beat West Brom 4-1 that day, but we are awful. And our position graph is beginning to look like a set of stairs. Today we have a game against a relegation zone Wigan, which if we don't win this, then we are in real trouble, because if we can't beat the worst teams in the division, it's going to be a long old season and we're going to be back in League One. Anyway, let's see what we do. Right, it's almost time for kick-off. Just thought I'd show you the wonderful red splurge that is our form of late. Lord knows what Blackburn were doing, letting us beat them. But, yeah, it has not been good. We lost that one, 93rd minute goal. That one we never really turned up. They scored early. That was one of the dullest games you'll ever see. And yeah, we have to scroll down to find us now. 17th, but only 2 points off that drop zone. And we'd go below Wigan if we lost to them. So yeah, I think League One made a mistake letting us win it last season. Right, here we are then, home Wigan. Now, a few changes have happened. Barden has become my starting goalkeeper because it just looks like he's the better option. Although he does keep on getting horribly exposed, poor devil. Probably enjoys playing for Wales of all things these days. Ojeda is in because we have an injury to Matty Virtue. Rafferty is in because every time I see Sam Curtis's name I just want to slap him. He never plays well, he constantly bitches, and apparently I made a promise to improve the way I handle players, which I haven't kept, and the entire squad is behind him. Probably because I shout at all of them, so it's not like I don't treat them all fairly. You know, I mean, they're all rubbish, they all get shouted at. How is that my fault? Don't be rubbish. Get good, scrub. Right. Yeah, point the finger. I'm pointing fingers now, boys. Right, individuals. You. Come on. Sort yourself out. Don't be nervous before you start. Be nervous if you play badly, because I will, tear you a new one. But don't be nervous before you start. That's not the way, is it? Right, let's see if we can avoid being absolutely terrible. Yeah, you see. Now we had a goal in the last game that we conceded where Sheffield Wednesday just knocked it about for absolutely ages without us getting the ball. We can't do that, even against a team like Wigan, who apparently are going to dominate us today, judging from the first 5 minutes. It's not a very good start, boys. And we are, frankly, lucky not to be behind already. Just put it in Rosed at some point. Right, I'm going to berate you after 10 minutes because, frankly, you've been awful. 74% possession. Brilliant. What are you doing with it? Absolutely nothing. Oh, my God. Oh, it's just an endless wave. Right. He's got very little in the way of help, and well, they did about as good as they can from there, I suppose, but right, we need to go up to positive, and I need to demand more. We've just been outplayed by one of the worst teams in the league for an entire half, despite having most of the ball. Done nothing. Right, you're going to get shouted at again at half time. This, Sam Curtis, is why I shout at people, because we produce performances, and I'm using the word very loosely, like that. Thrash me arms, far from pleased. Somebody do something. Well, that was an awful finish. Fortunately, he was offside anyway. That must have known. That's why he did what he did. Oh, God. Right, Rafferty, you've been deliberately put in because Curtis is rubbish, and you are deciding to make Curtis look actually good. So I'm going to have to put him on now, aren't I? Don't want to put Dale Taylor on because he's nowhere near as good as Balaguese should be. God, why are you so bad all the time? Right, I'm going to put Knight on. It's not the side he should be on, but and he's got absolutely no bloody right foot whatsoever. So I'm going to have to make him a winger out there now. As we go one behind, because this is the goal. Yep, there we go. Oh. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm giving serious thought to abandoning the Portsmouth half of this and just making it a Southampton save. Because this side is just so bad and we don't have any money to improve it whatsoever. I mean, this is just awful, isn't it? Absolutely bloody awful. Berate. I mean, what am I supposed to do? What can I do? Right, I'm going to have to take you off because you're just playing so badly. It's embarrassing. You should be ashamed of yourself, Balaguese. Utterly ashamed. But you're not. You're out there, being a thing. A terrible thing, but a thing. Oh. Right, you can't really play that position either, can you, Bandera? No, sir, I can't. I mean, Segundo Valente? Apparently you can't mark, so no. So what are we going to do with you then? What can you do in there? Let's go deep line playmaker. Why not? What have we got to lose apart from another bloody football match? Right, Trevitt, get on there. He's done nothing. Another one who should be decent. Should be half decent. Maybe he would be in a better side that could actually play bloody football. Right, just do that. Do something, anything. I don't care at this point. I'm going to berate you again. And if you don't want me to shout at you and indeed throw a water bottle at you, because again, pathetic performance, we've done nothing, we've created nothing, you've lost pathetically, I hate you all. And this is me trying to remain calm, people. This is what Portsmouth do to me these days. And indeed have done several times in the past, as we well know. We were all there for that first League One season. We know what they did. How is that a penalty? How do you foul him? He was nowhere near the ball. And have I just seen Middlesbrough 7-0 down at home? I mean... Somebody queue up the water bottles because a lot of them are going to need throwing at this rate. Right, it is going to get thrown. I am far from pleased. Individuals. You. Thrash arms. Appalling. You. Thrash arms. Terrible. You. Thrash arms. Furious. You. Thrash arms. Angry. You. Thrash arms. Furious. You. Thrash arms. Terrible. You. Thrash arms. Furious. This is all going to come back to me. There's going to be a team meeting after this, at which point they will all be told they are all out of a job. I will happily do everyone's contract and just play the under-18s, quite frankly. This is simply not good enough at all. And if you don't want me to be absolutely furious with you, don't be the world's worst bunch of lemons. That was home against 23rd, who are now above us, by the way. So well done. Right, well, I've had a team meeting with the boys and gave them a load of flannel about, oh, we can avoid relegation if, you know, we've got plenty of time to snap out of it. Which, I mean, to be fair, we have. We haven't got the talent to snap out of it, but I didn't have the option to tell them they were all so bad it wasn't true. And they were all thrilled and delighted, so the club atmosphere has improved a bit. Our next game is home Cardiff, who are below us in the relegation zone, so if we lose that, we are in the bottom three. And I was right, Middlesbrough did lose 7-0 at home to Blackpool, by the way. So they'll be waiting to bounce back against us. Frankly, I don't see this season going anywhere except even further south at this point. We are not good. I was perfectly correct in that title 2 episodes ago. And we've got all these games to play before we can even attempt to make ourselves better. And we don't really have much money to do it with. So, winning League One last season was a big mistake. We were not ready to come up. We were nowhere near good enough. We needed to build that side to be better to get here. Either that, or I just needed to be much bolder and throw money around that we did not have in the transfer window. I tried to get some loans in. No one wanted to come that we could afford. So, it's going to be a long, bleak season. I don't know when our next game will be. It will probably depend on when Southampton's next interesting match is, because, frankly, none of this is going to interest anyone. Unless, of course, you want to see us lose and me get really annoyed again. In which case, keep watching. Thank you for joining me for this absolute drivel. Like, comment and subscribe if you really feel so inclined, but I will perfectly understand if you don't. And if you're a real glutton for punishment, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.